Now we're head on over. We're going to speak with Adam Boothe. We are talking NHL. He just submitted an Eastern Conference Series 3 article, which is currently now up on oddsmarket.com. We're going to check in with him, see what his bets are to date. Adam Boothe, good to see you. Happy Tuesday. How's everything?
Great. Yeah, I was mostly into Dota all day. I had my head fully in the sand with that, but it was a good day. So I'm treating myself to a cheap little beer tonight. It wasn't so good that I can afford, the top quality shit stuff, but I'm happy with a Budweiser.
Which Budweiser, nice. Do you know Budweiser is actually all like European beers, and they're really expensive, like Stella or Budweiser or any of these imported beers here are really expensive. So it's actually quite expensive over for where we are. All right. So obviously we have got one game left of the Western Conference Series 2. Is that?
We've got two games left in both Western series, but yeah, one game in each series.
One game on each series, yes. So I've got the first question here is between Blues and Stars. How do you see that game unfolding, and who can best deal with the pressure?
Yeah, that's a good one. So in the article that I wrote for Odds Market before the series started, all the projections said that this one was going 7 games, which I wrote about. And so my tip, I guess you could say, was to take Stars plus 1.5. And if they went up 2-1 or 3-2, to then hop on the Blues at a much better price to then win the series. So you're protected from both outcomes. Either the Stars win outright and you'll cover your plus 1.5, or the Blues will come back and take the series, and you'll get a much better price. And it's worked out perfectly. The Stars went up 3-2, and then I tweeted out that I was going to hop on the Blues money line. I think it was plus 3.2 or something. And Blues won Game 6. Now I've got a Game 7 situation where I've already won the Stars plus 1.5 on the series bet, and I've got a much nicer price than the money line is offering tonight. The money line tonight is 1.65, I think, is the best price.
Yeah.
So, and we talked about this at the end of round 1 for the Game 7s. Game 7s are just so unpredictable. They're tight. Everything's on the line the whole season, and especially with these two teams, they're very similar in style. They're comfortable playing in their own zone. They've got solid goaltending, and so I have no money on tonight's game because I've already got the Blues outright ticket. Now, if you're not in the same position I am, I would lean Blues. I mean, we do talk about home ice being a slight advantage in playoffs. It still is a slight advantage, not a 1.65 advantage. But the Blues should justifiably be favored here. In Game 6, there was a weird sequence of events where Ben Bishop, the goalie for the Stars, took a high slap shot, which hit him in the collarbone area. And he looked a bit shaken. He let in an easy goal right after that one, and then he went down on that. He was sort of laying on the ice. The Blues scored while he was laying on the ice. Then a minute later, they took an easy slap shot on him, and he sort of just skated off. He sort of quit on that game. It was a really bizarre situation. Apparently, he's fine. He will be ready to go for Game 7. But again, when we talk about the psychology of sports, you got to think Binnington hasn't had that go on in an elimination game, and so I do give the Blues an edge here at home, even though they haven't been great at home.
Yeah. I was going to say, the home ice advantage, 1.68. I do see the money is coming on them, even though they're priced, they're short. They're at 1.68. Then obviously on tomorrow or Thursday, we've got Colorado Avalanche, San Jose Sharks. San Jose Sharks, they are the favorite, price 1.73, but money is actually coming in on Colorado Avalanche. So do San Jose Sharks deserve to be the favorites?
They do, and the price that we're seeing for them Game 7 is the exact price that they were before the series started, or at least opened at. Yeah, I think they opened at, and it actually moved against them. A lot of money came in on Colorado.
Mm.
Now, Colorado has already sort of exceeded, I think, the general public's expectations of them this season by getting past the first round, Calgary Flames, pushing the San Jose Sharks to Game 7. I mean, these were the two top Western seeds, and essentially. And so the Sharks should be favored. I'm not particularly a fan of Colorado. I don't think their goaltending is anything to brag about. I think their defensemen are okay. I think they're good at moving the puck forward to their talented forwards. The top line of Colorado in this series has not been great. They've scored, they've put up points, but they have a very poor plus minus, which is a reflection of they're on for more goals against than they actually put out. So that's an issue when they're playing 25, 26 minutes a night and they're playing against multiple lines of the Sharks, and you can't count on them to be as efficient at 5-on-5 as they are on the power play. They have to be more responsible in their own zone. They can't just expect that they're going to put up 5 goals and the Sharks aren't going to be able to score on Grubauer. So I think the price is justified. I've still got San Jose Sharks money line for the series. Again, there's no reason to bet them here. It's the exact same price tonight on the money line. So all I'm doing, again, like I said in the first round, is doubling up on profits on the same line or doubling up my losses. So root for the Sharks tonight. I do lean their way, and I think that price is more justified than the Blues price.
I will be rooting for the Sharks, Adam. Now, the Capitals, Lightnings, and Islanders are gone. How have the Bruins managed to avoid a similar upset?
Yeah, good question. The Bruins, I mentioned it briefly in the article. They're just really well-rounded. They've got an excellent top line in Bergeron, Pastrnak, and Marchand, which has been broken up here and there, but they stick together on the power play and are very lethal. But they've got veterans, they've got young talent, they've got depth of forwards, they've got guys who can play big minutes on D, who can penalty kill. If one of their top defensemen is in the box, they have guys that can step up. Tuukka Rask, their goalie, has led the NHL playoffs in save percentage. He has taken the most shots, well over 400 in the first 13 games of the playoffs. And he isn't someone who is very flashy back there, but he gets the job done. He makes the saves that he ought to. Most of the goals against him are, perfect shots or opportunities where he really never had a chance. And that's kind of all the Bruins need with all their depth. They're comfortable playing on their back foot and capitalizing when they do get to counterattack. So the Bruins are also physical, and the later it goes in a series, if you can bully and push around your opponent, like I expect them to do against the Carolina Hurricanes, that is an advantage, not just a psychological one, but you can beat up on the defensemen when they're going back to retrieve the puck. They're checking the shoulders. They're no longer comfortable, holding onto the puck. They're trying to chip it out. They're making turnovers. So I like the Bruins here, but my advice in today's article was kind of a fence-sitting one. I don't like the price, and if you know me at all, I like to be patient and wait for particular lines, take underdogs where I can, and I'm in no rush to take the Bruins at 1.66 or whatever the line. I think that was about the area of the line. Maybe you can refresh my memory, but they're definitely a little bit expensive for how talented and how fast, I guess, the Carolina Hurricanes are.
Yeah. And currently, right now, who's got your money to win, to be the Stanley Cup winner?
Well, I've only got 2 pending outrights on sort of the Western Conference winners. I've got the St. Louis Blues and the San Jose Sharks to both win the West. So hopefully one or both get it done tonight, so that I have great opportunities because they were both at 7 and 7.5. So I'm going to be coming out with some nice profit as long as one or both of them clear through this round. Now, I don't want to take a shot on anybody in the West right now. I would rather wait till we have the final four teams. The Bruins, because I think they're justifiably favored against the Canes. The Bruins would have, if I had to put down money, it would be on the Bruins to win the Cup. They do have all the pieces necessary. Last year, they lost against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the second round. And I think that is always a good experience for a team going into the next year. If they can get back to that same position, they'll be better than they were. And we saw the Bruins sort of, all the pieces are working right now, and they've got guys on the bench, healthy scratches who can step in if guys get injured or coaching adjustments need to be made. So I do think the Bruins are the best bet right now prior to seeing how these Game 7s wrap up tonight and tomorrow.
Right, I see. All right, wonderful stuff. Adam Boothe, Lockie QWERTY. Follow him on Twitter. Thank you very much, Adam. We'll check in with you soon, and best of luck.